Hello everyone, welcome back to a Jurassic World Dino Rivals toy review. And today I found, while I was going out shopping, the collection of the Savage Strike line of, well, Jurassic World toys at my local Target. Let me just take a look at those. And yeah, I've again found all four, and they were pretty much the only things left. You can see at the bottom that these are in fact all the ones currently released, and we can see that they each come with cards, of course, because every dinosaur in the Dino Rivals line comes with a little card. So yeah, let's get to opening these one by one because the boxes are a lot bigger and I can't actually display them on my desk in any way other than this. Alright, first up here we have the Stygimoloch. I wanted to do this one first simply because I'm not all that interested in the Stygimoloch. I don't know why. I never really preferred it compared to something like the Velociraptor, and I've already got one, so I'm just gonna get out my knife and quickly open this up. Alright, so here it is out of the box. We can see that the artwork, I'm really loving the artwork on these cards. It's fantastic. The stats, I still just perplexes me as to the purpose of them. Maybe what I thought about while I was at work today was maybe they're for like kids. Because when you fight your friend, you try to say that something is stronger than the other, you can pull out your card and say, "Ha, no, mine's better than yours." You can see that this one's got decent strength, speed, low intelligence, and whatever the red meter means, I have no idea. You'd think it'd be attack power, but I thought it'd be like strength or whatever, but I don't know, that's just me. Since they're equal, I don't know, it just seems weird to me. Maybe it's sharpness, or I don't fucking know. Okay, I should probably watch my language. I don't hecking know. You can see that the Stygimoloch has a little thingy. Simple, but it's. See, does the head move? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's really good. I like that. A little bit of head movement. Just that you can turn it upside down, so it's enough head movement that you can actually pose it the way you want. So these are, I haven't mentioned yet, but these are $10 compared to like the $6, $7 price tag of the other ones I talked about the other day. And we can clearly see that if we just get the little Styracosaurus here, we can see. Well, I definitely don't think the color scheme and paint job is better on the Stiggy. This one actually has like a function and action. This guy, while having more, this guy, doesn't. It's just obvious. And the arms, they don't move outwards. You can see the arms have like a little actual joint that can move outwards and inwards. I think legs, no, the legs only move left and right. Alright. So, there's a little bit of extra movement compared to, say, the Styracosaurus. I don't like the paint job, I still don't. I've mentioned it before, I don't like the colors of the Stygimoloch. I guess that's why I don't like it. Like, buying it as a toy, it just doesn't look natural to me. And it just doesn't look colorful enough. It's that spot of me just not really liking it. And there is the code for those of you who are interested in that. So that was the Stygimoloch. It's definitely good. It's simple. It's $10. $10 toy. Decently sized. And maybe I should start bringing like a little character model just for like size comparison. As you can see, he's a lot bigger than he was in the movie. But that's alright. Alright, and second up we have Blue. And quite a little bit weird, but you can see the stats are, of course, hyperinflated because for some reason the Velociraptor seems incredibly strong. I don't get that. And if we compare that to Delta's card from before, we can see that Blue just has one extra strength right there. Like, seriously, what are the T-Rex's stats gonna be then? I'm genuinely curious about that when I get it. And since we mentioned Delta, we can bring her in as a comparison here. So the action on this one is actually, it's one of those like leap ones. One of those ones. So the action, I've never really gotten the action to work properly, at least not from what I've seen and done. It like does like a little leap. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but who knows. All in all, I think it looks a little weird, like with the ridge going over the head. Like, you see Delta here's got like the flat like look to it, and just this looks more like the head of a Jurassic Park 3 Raptor, like the extreme ridges above, like in front of the eyebrows, right over here. I mean, if we compare it to this Dino Damage variant that I have right here, we can see that this one, like, there's an extreme difference in what's seen here and what's seen here. And I don't really think I'm a big fan of it. This one looks like, this one's got a lot more detail than this one over here. But like, just this little bit here, this little part of the skull, I have to say, it just looks a lot better, because this one definitely resembles more of a Jurassic Park 3 raptor, and this one resembles classic Jurassic Park. And I've noticed that these two are different in size. This dino damage variant is in fact bigger. That's not just the camera angle. Strange. I actually genuinely think this is the exact same model used for another one, and they just repainted it to sort of look like blue. And they both have the same sort of arm joint movements. I really think I prefer this old dino damage variant over the new one. Look at it. It's even got head movement compared to like the Stygimoloch from before. So yeah, this one's also got head movement, but again, it's just, this one's clearly just a repaint. Actually, hold up a sec. Yeah, just like I thought. If we set these two right next to each other, we can see the exact same model. It's a little bit awkward because of the camera angle, but they are the same size. I can confirm this right now. They are exactly the same size. I mean, just right there. That's a good size comparison. Look at that. The same size. They do the same action. They both have that weird head ridge thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Obviously, they're going to reuse models, but I don't think that was the best idea to be using the larger ridge raptor. Especially this one's supposed to be the classic tiger stripe raptor, but it just isn't. I like it, but I don't think it's a good representation of the original. Either way, this blue is alright. I still prefer my Dino Damage variant 1 over it. And someone really messed up on those stats back there. Just going back real quick, because I know we already have blue like 100 times. If anyone's interested in checking out blue's little thing right there, you can get it. And also, it looks like they're missing some paint on the bottom. Or, wait, that's some of the, I don't know, some I got messed up a bit when I got out of the box. Alright. Now we're getting on to the more interesting things in my opinion, such as the Monolophosaurus. Artwork's fantastic, and the stats are more reflective of what I think the raptor stats should be. Just being entirely honest with that. These stats fit a raptor way better. Obviously not the speed stat and intelligence, but like strength-wise and whatnot. And interestingly enough, this guy has a hard time standing. He's got the three-dimensional leg movement type thing where he's like a little bit out, a little bit in. But it's like, I gotta fiddle with him before he just stays still. The action's a little bit of a bite, which is great. This is the kind of stuff that I loved when I was a kid, being able to just actually close the jaws, so that's fantastic. A little bit of posable arms, nice little bit of movement there. I really like this one. I love the color scheme too. I should mention that. I love this sort of fiery red. I'm like, ooh. Oh, look at that. Wow. I got it to close all the way. I had to push it in a little bit. My finger before you, like, decided to do it. But, still really cool. And I love the orange and brown color scheme. Looks really nice. If only, my only problem is, like I said, it has a hard time just staying still. Like, it's supposed to stand like this, but it's like feet default to a position where it doesn't stand properly. Maybe it's just mine, but it's a little finicky on standing up, which is a little bit disappointing. I guess you can't win with them all, even if this is one of the cool looking ones that I was really looking forward to, since I didn't get the other, like, the Dino Damage one, because it was like, it came with a T-Rex, and I already had 2 T-Rexes, so I was like, I was gonna get that mono, but I didn't like the colors as much, and it came with a T-Rex that was unnecessary, so I waited, and all my patience has been rewarded with a nice looking Monolophosaurus here. If only it's just stayed still. I don't have anything to compare it to, so oh wait, before I go. Little foot. There we go. Fantastic. So I made them to compare it to. I'm just gonna move on here. And now we're on to my favorite of the Savage Strike line, at least of the current variety, the Styracosaurus, which is actually my favorite ceratopsian. So I'm really glad to see this guy made it into this lineup. Here we see the card, and it's good to see they gave him decent strength, and I seriously think that it makes no sense for the Raptors to have higher strength than this little dude. But nonetheless, at least he has a card, unlike some other ceratopsians from the other line. I just love this little dude, and this little head movement. I like it, I love it. I really love the shield colors too. They're very like muted and realistic, more like, I guess. It's not really realistic because dinosaurs, I said in my last video I like them more realistic, but realistic can't really be said with dinosaurs since they're related to birds, and birds are really colorful, but like the gold and the red on the green, and even like a little bit of brown and gold on the back as well. It's really good. I love the colors. I did an excellent job with this one. Absolutely loving the design. And maybe I'm playing a bit of bias into this just because it's a Styracosaurus and it's my favorite little ceratopsian, but he is certainly staying in my room. He's not going on the shelf. And just to give you a little comparison, I didn't do this before with the other, I did the size comparison with one of them, but just to show you how small this dude is, you probably already can tell, but here we have what's supposed to be a Sinoceratops, which is actually a Pachyrhinosaurus. You can see just how tiny this guy is compared to them. Right next to each other. He is so small, and that makes it easier for me to fit him on the desks, so I'm happy, at least that way. You can see how small he is. He's basically only as tall as Grant if we count these little top horn bits. But, yeah, so, I really love this little dude. I'm just so happy Styracosaurus made it. None of the, okay, the back legs have 3D, the back legs have like the three-dimensional all directional movement stuff. The front limbs do as well a little bit. Just gotta pull on them a little bit. So it's very good. It's a very good toy, I'm not gonna lie. This would be excellent for posability. Even better than this guy. Because his front legs and back leg, his front legs don't, yes, the Sinoceratops does not have front leg three-dimensional movement, so this guy is better in terms of posability than the Pachyrhinosaurus here, who I already had on my desk, so I'll be happy to have them standing right next to each other. So, yes, that was the Styracosaurus. And I almost forgot again. Silly me. There's the little code thingy. So yeah, that was the, what was it, like Savage Strike or something like that, the line of dinosaurs. So yeah, I mean, I'd say if you're gonna get any of them, get the Monolophosaurus and the Styracosaurus. Stygimoloch, that's debatable. If you really want another Stygimoloch, we already got like 3 variants in the original wave, so I don't think you really need it. And I mean, blue is just, it's a mess. You can definitely skip this one. Get the Dino Damage variant; it's way better, or just any of the other variants, because this one's just a palette. This one's just a repaint of the other figures. And, yeah, so something interesting I noticed when I was looking online, I found a sheet of all Dino Rivals toys, and it turns out that there were 2 from both of these lines that I don't actually have yet, and I think they're going to be released later in the year. For the, what was it, like, Dino Attack, the ones from yesterday, there was, the Green Herrerasaurus, and there was the Silurus, which I actually pre-ordered on Amazon, so that's going to be coming in as soon as possible. And for this one, it's the Tapijara and the Dimetrodon, sadly enough. The Dimetrodon is not released yet, and I really want it, as well as the Tapijara. Instead, we get the Styggy and Blue, which I don't know, man. They're not that great. I'm going to put them on the shelf, probably behind some other better dinosaurs. But, so I don't know, those probably be released later in the year. Let me just play this a little bit more. No, they're probably coming out later in the year, and so hopefully we'll see those eventually, but for now I'm going to be waiting on things like the Concavinator and the Parasaurolophus. Just, I don't know, I may be old, but playing with dinosaur toys, it's always fun. Oh man, I'm getting too into this. Alright, I'm gonna cut this off here. I'm gonna be coming back with another one actually, because I'm gonna give a brief preview of what else I found. I just need to find the space to review it. Let me just drop these guys down here. And the Lost World T-Rex. Oh, I want to open this so bad, but I gotta wait till I do the video on it. Man, I can't wait to put this on the shelf with the other ones. It's gonna be so much fun to compare them, all the sizes. Even if they are just repaints, I don't care. It's gonna be awesome just to put them next to each other.